Hey everyone, I'm here in Vietnam on the outskirts of Hanoi. This is an area called Hong Yen Ecopark, which is a massive development spanning 500 hectares, and it took an estimated $8.2 billion to create. There's 9 construction phases in this project, and from the Wikipedia article it says that it's completed as of 2020, but we'll see. The more I stay in Hanoi and do some more research, the more its massive development shocks me. Well, technically this is the Hanoi metro area, but it's close enough to Hanoi. But you can say that this is where like the new middle class to the wealthy Hanoians are moving into. They're creating like a brand new community in what was once fields. It's similar to Vin Home's Ocean Park and Ocean City development, but I think this one was earlier than that, the Ecopark. It's not designed by the same company. But we'll go and check this place out. I know this is more of the residential area, but there is an actual park here that's really nice. I heard there's a Swan Lake and Swan Park, which I like to explore. It is a little bit cloudy today. Today's April 7th, 2024. It's about 12 o'clock p.m. Temperature's 83 Fahrenheit, 28 Celsius, or 29 Celsius. And we've got a little bit of drizzle. Seems that it's kind of left over from the night before. The drizzle hasn't really gone away. Oh, Patricia, I'm really enjoying my stay. The more time I spend in Vietnam, the more that it surprises me and shocks me how fast it's developing and how fast the economy is growing as well. Hung Mao hoped I brought an umbrella. Yes, I did. But umbrella wouldn't really help much in this weather. T-Cal saying I should eat. I already ate. Had a great pho here. This place is called the Marina Waterfront Residences. I mean, you look at a place like this, you wouldn't even think this is Vietnam. Before I came to Vietnam, I thought most of it was gonna look like fields and more of like the Hanoi Old Quarter, but not like this. Now you have major developments on the outskirts of Hanoi where new communities are being built and people are moving into. Yes, Lizzo, for sure. This could definitely pass for Miami with the palm trees. Daryl says, did you hear about the earthquake in New York City recently? Yes, I've heard about it from thousands of people already, as well as many, many news sources. Believe me, any news about New York City, I'm already on it within a few minutes. Because my contacts, my friends, family will tell me about it. It's not like I'm completely isolated from events that happen in New York City. This is such a beautiful community, folks. Very different from the Hanoi Old Quarter and the downtown core. Even crane games. Yes, Cammy, I do see that. I notice a lot of cars out here. Dwayne says, what Southeast Asian country has the fastest growing economy right now? I'm actually not too sure. But I know Vietnam is one of the fastest growing. Real life, real foods. Look, there's even a pizzeria here in the suburbs of Hanoi. Onions Pizza. It smells good too. Osaka restaurant, mushroom hot pot. And then there's a martial arts sports club. So maybe if Ocean Park or Ocean City isn't your thing, you can come to Ecopark here. There's so many new communities being built here in the suburbs of Hanoi. It's incredible. Yeah, Marie, I really love the shops around here. To me, this seems like a very family-friendly oriented area. I can see why this is a popular place to live. Dwayne says this looks so upscale. At a first glance, you wouldn't think this is in Vietnam. Yeah, and this is what I want to show. There's more to Vietnam than just the Hanoi Old Quarter and the areas around there. In fact, I'm not even sure if many people know about this if they don't travel within Vietnam and they just go to the tourist sites. Yet, let alone be able to get information in English about these new developments and stuff. I'm gonna have to mute this, there's some music playing. Live band. Look at this. There's an entire group here. Families playing chess. Exactly, Dwayne. What you see in the books isn't the same. And this didn't exist 10 years ago either. Oh, Steve, you got some information about Ecopark. If you're interested in purchasing property here, you're looking at 2.2 billion Vietnamese dong, about $96,770 US for a 3-bedroom apartment of about 92 square meters. Take a look at this gorgeous tea house. It looks so beautiful. Let's take a look at this river view. Alicia asking how's the weather humidity wise. Probably close to 100% because there's mist and fog in the air. I feel the humidity. I'd like to take a walk into Swan Lake and Swan Park. Yeah, Cammy, I really like this area. Super elegant. I don't want to interrupt their photo shoot. I'll come back to the bridge once I'm done showing this area. Mike T, I'd like to add that I don't really like talking about topics on war and politics. War is never really a glorious thing. If you want to discuss about war and politics, there's other channels that you can do it on, but when I'm in other countries, I can talk about how wars have shaped the country as well, including my home country of the United States. But I'd rather focus on the present and what I'm looking at now. Hey, Dream Machine, thank you for $2. Appreciate the support. I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana for the solar eclipse. Sounds great, man. I hope you get to have a great view of the solar eclipse that comes by. Alex says the gray sky ruined the landscape. A little bit, but I have to take what I can get. You can't always depend on the weather to cooperate. If anything, this shows you what it's like when the weather can be not as cooperative. Daryl says, are the Vietnamese friendly towards American travelers? Yes, they are. Very friendly. Actually, that's something I want to address that a lot of people have misconceptions about, especially with countries that have a history of war with each other or disagreements. Usually the average citizens, they get along with each other. There's no beef between two nations. People are people. It's just governments that create all this conflict and chaos that, you know, causes people to have animosity towards each other. Why should one person hate another just because they're from a certain country? It's about their ideology and their beliefs. And usually it's the governments that cause all the issues. When I travel to places, or I've seen YouTube videos of people interacting with locals, there's no problem. It's such a gorgeous view. So where I'm walking to is into Swan Park. When I was in my car service here, I saw a lot of people walking along the pathways here, and I found it quite enjoyable. Patricia says, all in this together. You know what my belief is? If nobody voluntarily offer themselves up to be part of a military service in a country, there will be no reason for war because governments won't have the manpower to tackle anything. So there'll be peace in the world. But that's wishful thinking, and that's as much as I'm going to say. Yeah, Dwayne, it's a lot of a big contrast from the city center of Hanoi. It's a very quiet area. Well, there's even a golf course here over to my left. Johnny says this place looks like Ocean Parkway in Brooklyn. It does give me that same kind of an atmosphere. Sarah really wants to try durian. You might be able to find it where you are. I would have to add that durian is an expensive fruit. Even in Thailand, when I had it, I thought I think this is a driving range. EPGA Golf Academy. Oh, we are getting some buffering. Yeah, I figure there might be some issues with it because of all the trees, and we're on the outskirts of Hanoi. These people are practicing their swings. Seems to me there's a lot to offer here in Ecopark. You have a lot of restaurants and stores, child-friendly activities, a golf course. Patricia Johnson asking, when do you return to the States? When I'm ready, I will. Yeah, Spencer, you're impressed? It's gorgeous around here. And, Kong Tieng Vet. Okay. There's a security guard who told me like in Vietnamese, and I told him I don't speak. I guess I can't be in here, but it's actually one of the things that that concerns me whenever I go to a place, is that if I don't know the language, sometimes I won't understand instructions from authority to tell me I'm doing something wrong. Yeah, Tony, I'm pretty sure it's because the golf course is a private place. This to me is a public sidewalk now. Shiny red flag, we want to be respectful when mistakes occur. Yeah, I mean, body language is important to communicate too. Dwayne, there are restrictions for certain places, especially security related matters. But for the most part, it depends on really what's enforced and what's not, because sometimes what's written on the books as law, it doesn't really get enforced in practice. Some beautiful flowers. On a good note, it seems that the drizzle has mostly stopped. There's a lot of fog now. So to the left is the golf course that I walk by. I don't think I want to go in there again. Rob says the road is desolate. Yeah, kind of quiet around here. My concern is when I go to suburban areas like this is if I can get a car service to go back to Hanoi. But I'm sure I'll be able to figure it out. You know, I haven't really had too many issues with mosquitoes here in Vietnam. I'll see them every once in a while, but they don't really bother me too much. Let's see. I hope this is still not the golf course to the left. Let me just take a look. All right, I think this is the public road. Swan Park is actually straight ahead. And then I can actually walk into Hanoi, believe it or not. I'm close to the border, but not the city center, just the political boundary. Monski with 2 Canadian. Do you have enough battery? Do you carry a power bank? Yes, I do, but the issue really isn't with my battery, but how much data I have on this phone. The data runs out a lot faster than what the battery lasts for. I only have another hour of streaming before I can't anymore. I'm brave for doing this. Nothing but lampposts. Yeah, nothing here but lampposts, just me walking around. But I just want to show you something different from what I normally stream in Hanoi. You're not going to catch me crossing any dangerous streets here with motorbikes coming at me and cars. This is a way different Vietnam than what you've experienced to see on my channel recently. On Monski, yes, I do not have unlimited data. 5 gigabytes daily cap. Can I go to the bridge for the view? I don't want to because I want to make my way over to Swan Park. Anbin says there's a nude beach along the Red River somewhere where the men come to bathe. Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know. I don't think I'll be able to make it that far on this stream, because I only have about an hour left on my data. I guess if all things fail and I can't get a car service or a taxi on the way back to Hanoi, I can always try getting a bus. Cammy, no, there's no rail service here. Hung Mao says I could walk back to Hanoi. Well, I could walk over the border, the geographic boundary, but the core of Hanoi is kind of far from here. Alex, is there Uber in Vietnam? No, there's no Uber, but they do have a ride-sharing service called Grab. You can get cars and motorbikes. There's also B, and there's also Zan SM, which is owned by VinFast. They have all electric cars. And the owner of VinFast is actually the largest conglomerate in Vietnam, the Vin Group. That's the same group that's responsible for Ocean Park, Ocean City, Mega Grand World, which I showed you on a live stream earlier. They're the largest real estate company in Vietnam also. Hey, there's G7 taxi. I could take a G7 taxi back. I'm in Swan Park right now. Patricia says it looks like Disney properties in Orlando. Yeah, it kind of does. It's a very nice pedestrian pathway they got here. I think I better stay on the main road like these people. I don't want to veer off to the side in case my internet goes down or something else. Warning, deep water. Good to see folks walking in there, very nice. Yeah, it is a very nice area. T-Cal asking if the phone's expensive, unlimited data. I didn't get unlimited data, but I get a 5 gigabyte allowance each day for a month, and that cost me about $12 US. If I remember, that was 290,000 dong for 1 month. Dream Machine says these areas look like Florida, Hawaii de Janeiro. Never heard of that place, but thanks for the support, Dream Machine. Hope you're enjoying the eclipse coming up. This road will actually head back into the same part of town that I started off at. What's this old S sign? Looks like it's overgrown. Oh, it says Swan Lake Park over there. There is a beautiful lake here. It does seem like this area can get flooded very easily. I think these birds speak Vietnamese. Whoa, there's a peacock there. We gotta go in here and take a look. Yep, that was a peacock call. What a cool place I ran into. Hey. Look, there's more peacocks there too. I think this goat likes it. Mm. Just a random goat walking around. And peacock. Let's continue walking around this lake. Nice to see all these animals and birds getting along. Whoa, what is going on in that tree? Swan Lake Park, folks. Yes, there are roosters everywhere. Up in the trees, walking around. Cammy says, I'm glad you took us here. This is great. I'm glad I came here too to show you all. I knew there was more to Vietnam than just the narrow streets and busy roadways. If you didn't know, this was Swan Lake Park. I'm surprised they didn't even put it in Vietnamese. It's in English. Swan Lake Park. Lizzo says, same with New York City, you haven't explored upstate New York. Well, upstate New York isn't New York City. And I've been to upstate New York. It's really nice. People kayaking in the lake. Alicia says, selfie AK, sure. Hi. Bye. People even camping here too. Looks like they're preparing an event here. Not sure what it could be. Look at this swing, it's all full. Cammy G wedding, you'll bet. The swans on the dock are perfect. Yeah, it would be a nice place to host a wedding. Look at this, a snack and drink stand here. Alex Oliveira says kids playing outside. This is very rare nowadays. Well, it's pretty common here in Vietnam. There's a very young population here. But in many places that I've been, the United States, Canada, even Taiwan, I didn't really see that many children outside compared to Vietnam. Cafe Eco and Nuong. Lee says looks like Miami's Coconut Grove. Yeah, now that you mention it, it does seem that way. Very similar to Coconut Grove. This makes sense. Crosswalk, and then you have to cross some shrubbery to get to the other crosswalk. Master urban planning there. Why not put a pathway in the middle of the median? So this row will head back to where I came from. It'll be a good idea because there's plenty of shops and restaurants there. And since this is Vietnam, in order to get to the other pathway, you gotta go around the scooter. Whatever this is, this looks like a pretty modern building. Yeah, Mike, that is an interesting observation, why they have these tripods around the trees like this. It looks like there's a dumpster here. I'm gonna have to walk around it. I guess this is a local cleanup group. Oh no. My shoes are dirty already, but I'll walk that way. Seems better. Tony says mud is nasty. Yeah, you definitely don't want to be walking in it unless you want to clean up. Oh, there's a bus stop here. Where do these go? Whoa. I'm gonna have a hard time figuring this out because it's all in Vietnamese. But I guess within Ecopark. More convenient for me to get a car service if I don't know where the bus is going. Anbin says there's a bus app in Vietnam. If you download it, you can get around with buses. Yeah, that's something I haven't done yet, is to get around with a bus. I can also use Google Translate too. Google Maps as well. I guess Google Translate also. But seriously, this seems like a rather inconvenient route to take to the Hanoi Old Quarter. Look, an hour and 46 minutes, walk half an hour, take this bus, and then walk 12 minutes. You have to walk half an hour to get a bus with Google Maps. I'd rather just get a car service and go right there. That's one thing that I've noticed between a city like Taipei or New Taipei City compared to here, Hanoi, and the surrounding suburbs. Public transportation is so much easier in Taipei. There's a much developed bus system. Here, more of the transportation is centered around the motorbike and personal motorbikes, so it's a little bit more difficult. Looks like this section isn't even open. There's an escalator, but it's not running. And they have a sales office here, the Swan Lake Residences. Hey, thank you, Tracy Garcia, for the $4.99 super chat. Appreciate it, Tracy. Thanks so much. And also new residences coming up across the street, construction site. Alicia says, can you imagine the real estate ads for those buildings? Yeah, there's plenty of them here. Even in English, something amazing is coming soon. But Hanoi definitely needs a better public transportation network. I can imagine when this area really gets inhabited, there'll be so much restaurants and activity here, stores. It kind of feels like a little bit of a ghost town right now. Opening soon, Pepper Yaki. To me personally, it feels like Vietnam is developing way too quickly. Just from my visit to the Vin Homes Ocean Park and over here, there's so many like buildings constructed so fast that are empty. And I don't know how realistic these companies are, but it must cost so much money here to like maintain these buildings as they're vacant. Not to even mention like the maintenance fees and the property taxes, if there are any. I'm not sure how it works here. And the interest on the loans, if these companies even took out loans to construct these new communities, they're not nearly moving in people fast enough. Hilltop Cafe. Oh, I'm back to the area where I started. This is the traffic circle here, and that's the corner where I started from. Anyway, I think this is a good place for me to end my live stream. I can get something to drink here, relax a little bit, and try to get a car service to go back. But I appreciate all of you coming out today. Thanks so much for watching. Hit that like button, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone. Take care. See ya. Oh, Anbin has some insight before I end this live stream. They seem empty, but they all have owners, or most of them already purchased. They're just second or third homes for the wealthy. That's something that is new to me. But even so, the owners can rent them out too. But it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Bye everyone. See ya.